Welcome to our final lesson on the character of Sheila Burling in An Inspector Calls. Today, we will explore Sheila's third characteristic, her empathy. We will be focusing on the development of Sheila as an empathetic character throughout the narrative. At the beginning, her empathy is clouded by her selfish and materialistic desires. However, as the story progresses, we witness her transformation into someone who expresses genuine empathy and remorse. We'll explore instances where her jealousy undermines her empathy, how her initial attempts at empathy are still self-centered, and finally, her realization and deep regret towards the end. Let's begin. Let's start by looking at how Sheila's empathy is undermined by her selfish jealousy. In the play, Sheila admits,
"If she'd been some miserable plain little creature, I don't suppose I'd have done it. But she was very pretty and looked as if she could take care of herself. I couldn't be sorry for her."
This shows Sheila's empathy is conditional. The use of if indicates that her feelings are dependent on her own selfish emotions. The phrase, "I couldn't be sorry for her," uses the negated modal couldn't, suggesting that it was impossible for Sheila to feel sorry for Eva because of her jealousy. This highlights Sheila's lack of emotional maturity, as her jealousy prevents her from showing true empathy. Through this, we can see that Sheila's character is complex and still developing, as she struggles to overcome her selfish tendencies and learn to genuinely care for others. Secondly, Sheila's early attempts of empathy are surface level, as she is primarily concerned about her own well-being. For example, Sheila says,
"Sorry, it's just that I can't help thinking about this girl destroying herself so horribly, and I've been so happy tonight. Oh, I wish you hadn't told me."
At first glance, Sheila seems to show self-awareness by comparing her happiness with the tragic fate of Eva Smith. However, this empathy is quite shallow, as it quickly becomes clear that Sheila is more upset about her own discomfort than Eva's suffering. She wishes she had remained ignorant so she could continue enjoying her evening without feeling guilty. This shows us that while Sheila's initial reaction appears empathetic, it is anticlimactic, as her main concern is her own emotional state, rather than truly understanding or caring about Eva's plight. However, by the end, Sheila expresses empathy and genuine remorse, with entirely unselfish motivations. She says,
"That's the worst of it."
Sheila's distress is evident when she starts crying quietly after the inspector points out that she can't apologize to Eva Smith anymore. This shows that she feels genuine remorse for her actions and is upset because she wanted to say sorry and make amends. Her tears and sorrow underline her empathy and unselfish motivations. Unlike other characters, who may be more focused on protecting themselves, Sheila is truly affected by the harm she caused to Eva Smith. This moment highlights Sheila's empathy and sets her apart from the other characters, showing her growth and self-awareness throughout the play. And that brings us to the end of today's lesson. Today, we examined the development of Sheila Burling's empathy in An Inspector Calls. We began by exploring how Sheila's jealousy initially undermines her ability to feel empathy for others, showcasing her emotional immaturity. We then looked at her early, surface-level attempts at empathy, which were primarily focused on her own discomfort rather than genuine concern for others. Finally, we saw Sheila's transformation as she expresses genuine remorse and unselfish empathy by the end of the play. Through these key points, we understand Sheila's complex character growth from selfishness to genuine empathy and remorse. Remember to keep revising this lesson and see you next time. Watch the rest of the GCSE English Literature course at Sophos Education.